Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Juneteenth to all of you. Not sure whether or not you guys work today, but whatever you guys get the chance, I need you guys to see the Blackening, you guys. I need you guys to see the Blackening. I think it cost $6 million to make, and I think they've, made their profit over the weekend. They made $7 million, but it came in at number 6 at the box office. And I need to recommend to you guys to watch this movie. I saw it this morning at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and there was only 9 people in the theater, you guys, and most of the people were not black. I was in the theater, but I was in tears the whole movie, you guys. I was in tears the whole movie. So it stars Jay Pharoah. It stars Yvonne, who played Molly, Issa Rae's best friend on the TV show Insecure. We have Sinqua Wall. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but he is the one who played 50 Cent's son on Power, on the original Power, and also played, on the Soul Train show that was on BET for a couple of seasons. That was him. And he's also, I believe, played in like a couple of Netflix movies as well. Also, we had Grace Byers. As you know, she was Boo Boo Kitty on Empire, and she also plays on the show Harlem that comes on Amazon Prime. The one lady, I wasn't too familiar with the other cast members, but the one, she looks like a doppelganger for Janelle Monáe. And I kept looking at her. I was like, that's Janelle Monáe. But it wasn't Janelle Monáe, you guys. But she looks so much like her. That is her twin, you guys. But that was like the main cast that I was familiar with as far as the movie went. And basically the premise of the movie, this was supposed to come out, I believe, last year. I don't know why it ultimately didn't come out last year, but it ultimately, I started seeing previews again for this movie when I was going back to the movies a couple months ago. And I saw this, and I for some reason, some of my people that I went with thought it was going to be a scary movie. I was like, no. I was like, there's nothing going to be scary about this, especially when we know that black people are the first to die in any type of scary movie that exists. So this was not going to be that, right? Especially if it's going to be an all-black core cast, right? So basically the premise of the movie, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the movie yet, please do not go past this, right? Please do not go past this portion if you have not seen the movie. But basically the premise of the movie is a group of friends, they are having like a 10-year reunion from college, and they decide to go to a cabin, that abandoned cabin in Vermont for the weekend. And basically all this chaos ensues, right? And so what happens is there's this blackface board game called the Blackening, right? And essentially Yvonne's character and Jay Pharoah's character are there first. And basically they go into this game room, and they're looking at this game, and there is a guy in blackface that's like talking to them, and the movie is funny because the game is hilarious because it asks like black history questions. It asks like, who is Rosa Parks, what does the NAACP stand for? It's like questions like that like you should know like automatically. But what happens is if you get a question that is wrong, if you get the answer wrong, you die. You die. And so Jay Pharoah and I want to keep calling her Molly, but Yvonne's character, they didn't take this seriously, and ultimately I won't reveal what happens to them, but yeah, basically they didn't take this seriously. So the rest of the crew, they get there, and it is just jokes, you guys. It is jokes because they're going back and forth about how competitive they are about playing spades. Then there was this guy there, this black guy who played like, his name was Clifton, but he kind of reminded me like of a Carlton Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he's like black but like white adjacent to everything. And it was just funny because he was like trying to fit in with this group, and it just was not working, right? And then one of the ladies, she had like Molly on deck. Another one of the ladies had alcohol on deck. And then the one guy, he was making like this ridiculous Kool-Aid with like, he basically poured the entire thing of sugar into this, pitcher with, I believe it was vodka or tequila or something mixed in with it as well. And like nobody could drink it. And it was hilarious. But what killed me was the questions. The questions was really like where I lost it in the movie, because there was like questions about, what is, the Black national anthem, and don't just sing the first verse, we need to know the second verse or something's gonna happen to you. Who are the Black celebrity guest stars that ever, starred in Friends? And then it was messy because they were like, well, the correct answer is actually you never seen Friends because you watched Living Single. And then there was the question about how many seasons was the Black Aunt Viv on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they were all trying to calculate, and then they were trying to go through Nas's lyrics and add up like how much he was saying. I believe it was in one mic, if I'm not mistaken, the lyrics to that. And then they had a question on who is the blackest. You have to vote on who the blackest person is, and basically they were going to be the sacrificial lamb, right? And then that's when all this chaos ensued, and then that's when I started to suspect like who actually were the villains, right? Because there was these white men who were twins who were also the bad guys, like trying to kill these group of black friends. However, I figured that there had to be somebody else that was on the inside, right, to also kind of control the narrative and have them play these games and have them participate in all these things. And he couldn't be everywhere at once, right? So ultimately it was revealed who else was a villain that was a part of the friend group who basically exposed themselves later on in the movie. And it was just hilarious. And it was just funny because at the start of the movie, it's like, this movie is based off of true events that never happened. And it was like right off the bat. And I was like, I cannot. And it was just funny because it was like, obviously we have never seen an all black, horror film like this, like in this type of setting and this type of setup. And just all of like the movie reference, the black history, the black culture references was just on fire for this movie. And then the ending kind of was a little bit weird, right? Because it was like ultimately they were able to defeat the monsters who were after them in blackface, trying to kill them, but ultimately they were stuck still outside the cabin. And somebody was like, we should call the cops, right, so that they could find them. And so they were looking at him like, no, that's not a good idea. And then the movie, like, you have to stay through a little bit of the credits because there's like additional like ad libs and things that happen. But the way it kind of just ends, it's kind of just like abruptly, and it's like, okay, well, so what happens from here? Like, what takes place from here, right? So, but there's that. But I highly recommend it. If you have time this weekend to go see The Blackening, please go see it. Please support it. I was cracking up. I was in tears. I couldn't believe that most of the people that were in the theater were white people. Like, it was just insane. It was just complete and utter insanity. And it was funny because the white people were the first people to leave in my theater. And it was just, and so then it was like, because I went with a few of my relatives, and we were just cracking up. We were just laughing every time like somebody white like walked down the steps to leave in the middle. Like they left like basically at the end of the movie, but they didn't leave at the end of the movie because there were some additional scenes. But it was just funny. It was just hilarious because it was like, of course, we are going to be the minority in this all black movie. Of course. I mean, why wouldn't it be any other way? Why should we expect anything less, right? So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments if you did see The Blackening this weekend. What did you guys think about it, right? And if you have not seen it, do you intend on seeing it, right? Do you have any plans to see it? So there is that. So let me know what you think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.